Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We are going to taste none other than that king of wines, a champagne. The champagne we're going to taste is a GH Mumm Cordon Rouge. Now, I think it's Rouge because of the Pinot Noir grapes, which are red-skinned.
That would make sense.
So I believe that's it. Now, the fantastic and exciting part of this for me is this normally retails at $37.50.
Go on, sorry.
And I managed in the supermarket Sainsbury's here in the UK, it was a special offer for £27 something or other. And then they also, if you bought six, it didn't have to be 6 of those, but could have been 5 other wines, which I did. I got a further 25% off, which gave me a fantastic 46% discount.
He's been telling me about this all afternoon. I can't tell you just how excited he is about. But I don't think you can see just how excited he's not stopped talking about it. So I mean, which is though, I've said to him, you cannot knock that. It's a cracking price.
It is a cracking price. I mean, champagne's expensive. It has gone up recently. I mean, a lot of champagnes. We'll say $37.50 is now. I can't believe it, but that's relatively cheap still for a
champagne. That is very, very cheap, and it's nice to hear you say that, John. I think we've turned a corner here, but yeah, that is an unbeatable price.
I don't say I want to spend $37.50. It's just I know that other champagnes are more. How much is Paul Rouge now?
This might it's gone up obviously as everything does from $55.90. Well, definitely from me retailing from $55 to $59.99 now.
Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was.
It's not. No.
And there's actually added tax from the 1st of August. Is that included now?
Yeah. Everything is all duties going up. It's going to be a scary time. However.
Well, I mean, champagne anyway. Champagne is that drink that you have when there's a special occasion. You've got a bonus, or there's a great result, or you've had a child, or you get married.
Yeah.
Anything that's a celebration, and if it's really special, you just want to mark it with something special. And champagne's what everyone turns to.
Yeah. And we see this all the time. But I mean, I've always been of the mind like it could be a choose definitely could be a special occasion, because sometimes you can actually hang on to these bottles as well. I mean, I know personally a friend of mine who. I gave her a bottle of champagne for her 21st. She's 34 now, just thought about it. And she just kept it, waiting for that special occasion. But that never really came, and because of that, now the champagne's just gone off. It's no good anymore. So, I mean, as well as special occasions, Tuesday afternoon could be a special occasion.
Well, I hate it when it just that occasion just doesn't come. I just hate it when that doesn't happen.
We all dislike that.
And it just it's like you're hoping something happen, it doesn't happen, and
the fizz just isn't there.
The fizz just isn't there.
A very disappointing pop.
It was, yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about an occasion when I did have a bottle of, but anyway, not to go into that.
Yeah.
No, moving on quickly.
So, shall we have a look at the champagne, John?
Yes. So I think the first thing to say for me with champagne is that because it's so expensive, I do like it, and I do like. I've been easily persuaded by John that Paul Rouge for me is really good.
It is. The Paul Rouge stands head and shoulders above champagnes for me for a number of reasons. The price, I mean, £60. Is not when you look at some of the Cristal and what was the Aces one we said, because the Cristal was about £230 and that Aces one we got was about £450.
Yeah.
We tried, we didn't pay that for it. We won it at a silent auction, and upon trying them, we're actually quite disappointed and thinking you spent that money, and then so that suddenly makes Paul Rouge at £60 sound a little bit more affordable.
It does, yeah, absolutely. But I think that you may like this. I mean, it is down to personal taste. So let's see if we can tell you what it's going to smell and say stuff. Let's look at the colour first.
Yeah, well, the colour on that one is I don't know if you can pick up on that really, because for me there's a little pink hue in there which I've never. Pink hue is probably the wrong thing, but it's just not as yellow. There's definitely something there.
I can't see the pink, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't.
Put it against a white background, I can't.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's something different.
It's bright. The colour's not too deep. It looks nice and lively and refreshing.
Yep. Bubbles are going well.
Bubbles going well. So moving on to the nose.
Yes, I've got the nose.
I can hardly smell anything.
Very delicate. Very delicate.
And the thing is that with champagne, you either get, people either put them in flute glasses. There isn't anything wrong with putting them in a larger glass if you want.
No, not at all.
But or they have those saucers.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with both these and the saucers, you can't really sort of swash it around. With a saucer, even less so.
Yeah, so you can't get that nose actually building up in there.
And I understand that's because actually the bubbles should be taking it up to you. You shouldn't have to do that.
Well,
but this isn't getting to me at all.
No, there's a delicate. And I'm going to go ahead and say this because I don't know if it's just in my mind or whatever, but I'm just getting those crisp green apples again. That's all I'm getting in there.
Is that what you'd expect us to?
I don't know. I'd expect more than that.
Because you'd expect the sort of bready sort of...
Yeah, it's that doughy kind of biscuity...
brioche.
Brioche. Hey.
Posh bread.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and have a go on the palate.
Yeah.
Or... There's a lot more on the palate.
There's a lot more on the palate, but it isn't compared to Paul Roger. It isn't as strong as that. There isn't as much there. There isn't as much complexity, and it doesn't last for very long.
No, the wow factor's not there. And with champagne, really, you do want that. You know, it's champagne. You should be drinking that and going, it's delicious. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it has, like, on the nose I said I got the apple there. And I did get that on the flavour as well. But the biscuity, brioche kind of flavour is there. It's there, but it's just not, like you've just said, it comes for a little while.
Yeah, just while the wine is in your mouth, as soon as you swallow it, that's gone.
Disappears, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we're saying that for champagne, a lot of people, I'm sure we've discussed this on a previous video, champagne can be quite harsh and acidic, and metallic, and so it can put a lot of people off, especially kind of the cheaper end of champagne, and then people wonder why do you spend that little bit extra. Now we're talking Paul Roger, I'm really doing a comparison in my head, which I shouldn't be doing. We should just take this one on face value. And in actual fact, as a starter champagne, I don't think that's bad. I think that's quite good. I think most people, they say if we took some of the bigger brands, which we won't name right now, can be quite harsh. I don't think that's quite as harsh. And I think that's a nice step on the ladder for people who are looking for a nice champagne, which isn't too expensive.
No, it's a fair point, because there are some champagnes, sort of like major names, that's sort of the cheap end, the cheapest end. And I really don't like them because they are just too acidic. I don't enjoy them at all. The taste is, fleeting, and it just makes it, just horrible.
You question then, don't you? You question why do people like this? Why would you spend more than £20 on that?
Or is it me? Because everyone likes champagne. Why don't I like it?
Yeah.
But I think at the cheap end, and that's why given this amount of money, I would spend it on a Carver or a Cremant. So
definitely.
Just not with the champagne name. Not that champagne is bad. Champagne's lovely, but it just can afford that extra 30-40% for the same quality of wine just because it's got champagne name. And well done to them from the marketing point of view, being able to do that.
Yeah, I suppose it is. We'll say this, but it's a mood thing as well. It's a mood thing. And again, if you are celebrating, it does go hand in hand with that, doesn't it? The celebrations, the bubbly, and I'm quite enjoying that, John.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to a second glass of that.
Okay. Would you like a second glass?
No, I'm okay. Not just yet, but I can. Yeah, I could enjoy that. Okay,
so let's move on to pairing now.
Ooh. Pairing, okay. Oh yeah, I've got two.
Really?
Yeah. Well, one's cheese and one's something else entirely. So the cheese I go would be Delicious de Cremier, which is that it's really intense, rich, creamy. I mean, it's almost like a solid bit of cream. That's how delicious it is. Mouth coating, beautiful, like little salty finish, something like that. Just gonna cut through it and be delicious. I know that to be true. But the other one, which is a very odd one, is fish and chips.
Yes.
Fish and chips with champagne.
Yeah.
One of my in fact, it was David Rose who was our rep from Paul Roger. I remember him telling me about this, the Paul Roger going with fish and chips. And I was thinking, that's an odd one, that, isn't it? But it does work.
It does, and I understand it's also because of the bubbles and the acidity. Obviously, with fish and chips, you get a lot of fat on your laden on your tongue, and that just the bubbles and the acidity manages to refresh it, so it keeps it
Cuts right through.
Cuts right through. And I guess almost like on a similar vein, I'd say obviously there's the classic smoked salmon with this, and maybe even smoked salmon and a little bit of omelette, not omelette, sorry. Not poached eggs, scrambled eggs. Got it finally. Scrambled eggs, a little bit smoked salmon. Would go with this. But obviously, if you were sort of having horses duvers, or tapas, things like that, then obviously it'll go with most things. As long as it's not too sort of strong and saucy, it's going to overpower this. But it's very adaptable.
Well, that's the thing, you don't want to overpower it. But this is quite. It will cut through most things, won't it? Like I say, the fattiness and stuff.
Okay, on to scoring. Now, are we going to score it? I think we should score it, do you think, on the £37.50? Because you're not going to be able to get it for £20, whatever I got it for normally.
Okay, I mean, yes, we should score it on what people will be buying it for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to... Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, that's fine.
So... If we're scoring on £37, and bear in mind, champagne can go wild, go to all these massive prices. So I'm going to be quite lenient on this because I did like it. It's not overly expensive in the champagne world. So I'm going to be quite, I'm going to go with I think it's a good score, yeah.
And I'm going to say 78.
Very close, 77.
Oh, really? Okay.
77. So I think, because it's not...
It's not bad.
It's not bad. The price isn't bad. As I say, I could go for a second glass of that. It wouldn't be a get. What? Should know that. But I don't think that's horrifically priced. Well, I say, look at things like the Cristal, £250.
Yeah, but you have to say that people that are spending. If I say inverted commas, normal people wouldn't really be spending that. I mean, if I was buying champagne, there was something special, I'd rather buy 3 or 4 bottles of Paul Roger than I would pay £250 for a bottle of.
Yeah, I'd be with you with that one. But no, absolutely for the money, not bad at all. Not bad points there. I think we did well.
Yeah, I think you do it. So it's not bad. It's better than a lot at that lower end. That's for sure. So if you're going to somewhere where you think I can't take a prosecco or a cava because I'll be looked down on, so I need to take champagne. I need to take a champagne that's not going to be laughed at. Then this is perfectly acceptable to take anywhere.
Definitely.
Good. Okay, guys. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the next video when hopefully I can save up enough pennies after spending all this money on champagne for another wine review. We look forward to seeing you there. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
What do they say in? Is it salute in?
Salut. Yeah, salut.
In Spain, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So salute.
Salut.
And in French?
I don't know. There'll be something, won't there?
Yeah, we'll find out for next time.
We will.
Cheers.
Salut.